All right, and so here is the follow-up video from the one I shot this morning showing the cold stress of my plants and how they're adapting to it. And I will try and make this quick. It's 3:30 and it's 35 degrees. It's been above freezing for a few hours now. Chamaedorea microspadex. The colors lightened up. They don't look as dull, a little more shiny. Cast iron plants are still doing well. More microspadex looking great. My poor oh shoot, you guys you guys can tell me it's called Celoeum philodendron, pardon me. Looking a little sad, but that's to be expected. Schefflera taiwaniana is perked up nicely. The other things, Melianthus. Ooh, ground is totally defrosted. It was just very light. Melianthus looks like a baggy you know what, but that's fine. Like I said, I usually trim it off. The lower petalum was actually kind of looking unhappy this morning, and that's all perked back up. The palms have completely, these ones weren't doing it as much, but I'll show you the ones that I showed you over here. The flax is definitely perked up, got its color back. I had some snow on it, so that's why it's kind of bent over, but look how nice and bright the colors are. It's opened, all the blades or whatever opened right back up. The wag, I showed you this frond, look, open back up, looking good. The Fortunae, same thing. They have definitely started flattening out. You know, each segment of the fronds. The holly fern is not as yellow and it's perked up. It was kind of laying down. Let's see. Schefflera delavii is definitely looking much better. It's in a sad state of affairs this morning. And Fatsius too. Totally, they're looking good. So there are some spots, but I think they're more down low, and I think that was the damage from the heat dome in June. Let's see. Oh yeah, the other broadleaf evergreens. So my Metapanax, I think it's Metapanax Davidii, Metapanax delavii is perking up. The leaves are, you know what though? We do see some damage. Okay, so this is one plant I'm actually seeing what I would consider damage. Here's a better picture. It's kind of, you know, curled over and a bit of browning. And up near the top, more of the tender new growth seems to be showing it. The Cuba japonica is perked right back up. Oh, the rhodos, let's go over here. Totally come back. And the Sinogrand is starting to perk back up as well. That one probably take a little bit longer just because of the size of the leaves on it. But everything else looking okay. You know, a lot of this damage that potentially could occur may not be seen until April, May. You know, that's what I keep calling latent damage. There's flax, definitely perked up. This one has two. That one's a little bit floppy, but look at this. I actually do see some damage on it. Right here. On the ends of these. That's new. Right here. That's new. So, a little bit of damage on the flax. Eucalyptus is looking okay. Even the new little leaves look fine. But, oh yeah, look, see? This guy took a bit of a hit. That's okay. This is a pretty vigorous grower. This will come back. I'll flesh out some new growth nicely. But like I said, there are plants that will take time to show the damage. The flowering maple looks pretty sad, but that's okay. They're kind of like semi-evergreen here. I think last year it dropped all its leaves. So it's not unusual. I need to move that thing anyway. It's kind of in the way. My little jubea that a lot of people think looks like a butia. Time will tell. Does look a lot like a butia to me. But, you know, bought it from a reputable person. So, and the petioles are not armed. Hey, look back here underneath that green frost cloth. That's my Dixonia antarctica. Actually, I think there's 3 of them in there. I think it's a multi-clump, but the fronds are still green. That is sheltered though underneath that rhodo, and then the part that's a little more exposed has been covered. And the loquat, the tender new growth, actually looks okay. I had a loquat before and it really did bad for me. I ended up giving up on it after 3 years and I chucked it. So I've been told this one is quite vigorous. Oh boy, the more I look around, the more I see effing rabbit damage. My nice ferns. They're also tagging my cordylines. That's actually one I should show you. Oh, Trachycarpus tequil. So the first year I planted this thing, it spear pulled me on that first winter, and I was really upset with this palm. The coldest it saw was 25, and it spear pulled, but recovered, and here we go. Hasn't done it since, so we'll see how it handles this cold. On a cursory inspection, it looks totally fine. Cordyline, nub to the ground, rabbit. God, I hate those things. And then these guys are getting uncovered tomorrow. So these cordylines will be interesting. These black ones, they look good now. I was walking around the neighborhood and looking at cordylines, green and red, and everyone's looked fine, but they're one of those ones that don't show up until later. Here's one of my red ones. Looks totally fine. We'll have to wait and see. I got another one. Or actually, there's 2 buried under here, and the rabbit's been at this one. These 2, there's another one underneath there. Will probably be okay because this melianthus fell on top of them. But the melianthus is very rubbery. It usually springs back from cold temps. So I'll probably cut it back. I usually do every year. These are one of my Sable Louisiana, so we'll wait and see how that guy does. And I think that's about it. Aside for what's in my front yard, you guys maybe you'll want to see one more. Oh, the Bergenia is looking pretty flattened. It's like an evergreen ground cover, but I call it pig squeak too, I think. But that always comes back. That's pretty tough. Another Sable Louisiana, but this one has a lot of cover, so I don't expect any damage on that. Here is some Mousse Bajus that are fried. Chances are this one's going to die back pretty close to the ground. But another Fatsia, kind of in an exposed spot, perked right back up. The see, when you shoot these videos and go through everything, there's so many plants. It's from New Zealand. Come on, you guys can help me out. Carokia Cataniaster. It's very gray looking, but I've never seen damage on this, so the tips look a little not the best. But down here, it's got nice green leaves. So that's potential. That is potential damage. You see how black and brown? So we'll wait, we'll see. Not a big deal. Just trim it back and that thing will perk right back up. And of course the big trackies are looking pretty good, and so are the southern magnolias. So, and then Mahonia, it's a media charity. That's one of the big ones. Laughs at this sort of weather. So, oh, and then here are the spider's web Fatsias. That one's perking up. This one too. Get the banana off. The banana, it does not feel good. Those things. I don't know. So what I'll do with these is I may just leave them for a while, and then usually I'll just go back and I'll cut. I'll just take it right about here, kind of right at the growing point. I'll just cut it right off. And then when spring rolls around, when it's real spring, I will cut until I see healthy tissue, because they'll be mushy. A lot of times these will just get like mushy and they'll just like fold over. Here's a banana that died previously that I'm probably gonna have to try and dig out. They're a real pain in the you know what. So there you go, guys. Stay tuned for updates. We'll let you know. But like I said, April is when you're really gonna know. I actually had a Butia start dying on me in April, and I've had a couple of my more sensitive palms show damage in April, and I do have one out front that I'm gonna do a video on, and I have 3 of them. 2 of them I protected and 1 I did not. So I looked at it today and I'm not sure. But anyway, sorry, I said it was gonna be a short video and I totally lied. It is a long one, but that's it. We're out of the freeze, a little bit of cold tonight, and then after that, blustery, warm, wet weather coming our way. Thanks for watching.